Welcome to the Road to Elite Goal Guides and Tracker training specific for Premier and Elite. During this training, we're going to go over this document right here. This is simply the Elite and Premier Goal Guide. For those who have been around for a while, you've seen this. It's just a few different alterations. For those who haven't, you can download this in the back office. This is simply to help you track your progress towards becoming Elite and Premier. I'm going to go over it in detail with you right now. If you have not already, please go check out my Road to Elite overview training to see to go in detail of what it takes to become Elite and Premier this year. This is simply this training is to go over the tracker right here. So at the top, you'll see that there's the path or the Road to Elite. You set a goal date to achieve each qualification on the Road to Elite. There's an FAQ right there. So you can see for Team Builder, you can set the goal date of when you want to achieve that by, and then what you do is when you achieve the rank of Diamond and you've held that for 6 consecutive weeks or 1 week in December, you can check that box, put the date next to it. Same thing with the 25 leadership points, 1 new Emerald and 1,000 TV. Then when you get to Team Leader, you can, when you get to 1 star, you can put the date, 50 leadership points, 2 new Emeralds or 1 Diamond, 2,500 in week leg volume. You can put the date there as well. And you can see that you're moving towards down the road down to Premier and Elite. Set the dates for when you want to achieve this by. It helps you push, it helps you stay on track, and when you achieve these milestones, you can mark them off. So that's just at the top of the page to help you stay on track. Now, Category 1 on the ways you can earn points. Personally sponsored coaches in Success Club, we call this the PSSC category. This is where maximums and minimums come into play. You'll note here that for Premier and Elite, you cannot earn any more than 50 points in this category, but you need to have at least 30 points in this category to achieve Premier or Elite. Here's how it works. Earn 1 leadership point each month. One of your 2018 or 2019 personally sponsored coaches qualifies for Success Club. If you're also in Success Club that same month, these leadership points are doubled. So you can either, you know what I would do if I were you, I would print out 2 of these. I would put 1 and I would fill this out January through December of what my goal is, of what I want to achieve, and then I would print out a second one to see what actual numbers are. But as you do so, let's say you're filling out the second one. In January, I helped 2 people, okay? And I signed up 2 people. They are either a 2018 or 2019 coach. They achieved at least 5 Success Club points, so I write the number 2 in January. And because I also earned 5 Success Club points that month, remember those points are doubled, so then that would equal 4. And then you just fill this out. At the end of December, you can write down your total, but throughout the year, make sure that you are on track to earn at least 30 minimum points here, but definitely going for the max of 50 points if possible. The second category is called New Acquisition Personal Volume, or we call this the APV category. Once again, there's minimums and maximums. It's the same. You cannot earn any more than 50 points in this category, but need at least 30 in this category. You earn 1 leadership point for every 500 points in total combined personal volume from purchases made by your new 2019 personally sponsored coaches and customers who placed their first order with you in 2019. That's a lot of words to simply say this. The people that you sign up in 2019 as customers or coaches, when they make a purchase, then that's volume towards this category. And when it adds up to 500, you get 1 leadership point here. It says, note, estimate the total PV for each month. This will be a running total that includes PV from new customers and coaches in that month, plus PV from the purchases made by those who started in previous months. So what they're saying is right there is we just want you to simply keep that running total for you. And so what I would do here, once again, in January through December, you write down the number of new person-sponsored coaches or customers. Estimate the total monthly PV there, divide it by 500 if you can. That equals 1 point. Now, this grows, and in my overview training, I went over this with you, in that the more people that you can retain, the more people you can stay on HD and continue to bring more people on, this will ramp up towards the end of the year. Maybe in January, February, you don't have as many points here. That's okay, because this is 2019 coaches and customers. But as the months go on, you can quit, it'll ramp up, and then you can divide multiple times by 500, hopefully getting you at least 30 points, maximum 50 here in the APV category. The third category is new personally sponsored coaches with at least one Success Club point. We call this our PS1 plus SC category. Now, the minimum here is 5. The maximum is 25 points here. So you earn 1 leadership point for every new 2019 personally sponsored coach who earns their first Success Club point in the month they enroll or the month after in 2019. So you can earn 1 leadership point per new coach is what we're saying here. So once again, depending on when they signed up, they have the remainder of the month they signed up in. It could be a lot or little depending on what day, plus a full month of the next month to earn at least 1 Success Club point. If they do this, and they have to be coaches, you write that in at the top. So number of new personally sponsored 2019 coaches, and then you write that at the top. Then the next line, number of new 2019 personally sponsored coaches who met the category criteria, meaning in the month they signed up or the next month, full month, they earned at least 1 Success Club point. You can write down how many, then each time that happens, you can get 1 leadership point. So you write down that number there, and you add it up in December, hopefully getting at least 5, the maximum here, 25. Now, if you remember my overview training, to earn Premier, 75 points. To earn Elite, it's 105 points. So if you play the math outright, if you maximize the first 2 categories, that's 100. If you get the minimum here, that's 5. That equals 105 points. That's how a lot of coaches do it. And this is where you enter it in. My leadership points. Write down your projected points here in the first one, and once again, I would do it for the actual later. Make sure that the number is more than the minimum for Elite or Premier. If your points exceed the maximum number, just write down the maximum number. Now, obviously you can get more points, but we're not going to allow any more than the maximums. So what you do here is write down the projected number here, how many PSSC points, how many APV points, how many PS1 plus SC points, and then once again, you need at least 75 for Premier, and you need at least 105 for Elite, hitting at least the minimums, and then you write that number down. And so that's pretty much it. This goal guide is to help you stay on track towards becoming Premier and Elite. Once again, starting off with Team Builder. Everybody's got to earn at least Team Builder first, then Team Leader, and then you can start tracking of these more intensely, going off of how many coaches you sign up, how many customers you sign up, and categorizing their points here in each of the 3 categories. That's it for this training. Pretty simple. You can download this document in the back office. I would, once again, print off 2. Make sure you have what your goal is, what actual is. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to your coach development team. They will help you with this. Thank you so much for joining us today on this training.